नमस्ते यतिराजाय विवेकानंदसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तपहारिणे. Our salutations to Swamiji, in whose inspiration this whole thing is going on. Namaskar, very good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of Ramakrishna Mission Shillong, we extend all of you a very, very hearty welcome to this afternoon's debate competition. This debate competition is a part of the annual cultural competition organized by the Ramakrishna Mission Shillong, and this is the 48th session of cultural competition. This cultural competition, besides debate, it also involves recitation in various languages, starting from Sanskrit to Khasi, Bengali, English. We had in the morning today Sanskrit recitation, and the participation was excellently well, rather one of the best that ever we have seen Sanskrit recitation competition. And our competition has started on the 16th of July with nursery rhyme competition, and our concluding competition would be quiz competition, which is scheduled to come on 14th of August. This quiz competition is open to the students from class 9 to college level, as in case of debate. In quiz also, you have to join in pairs. And I will encourage all of you, rather, I would advise all of you to join for quiz competition, because later in your life, when you go for competitive exams, at times, I've seen so many, you aspire to become a doctor, an engineer, somebody wants to be an IAS officer, but everyone, most of them rather, floating in thin air without knowing how to prepare yourself. It takes real good time to prepare yourself to be eligible for appearing for those exams, leave alone cracking those exams. It really requires very hard work, and there are a few we have seen, those who really prepare themselves. And here you get a chance to use this platform, especially in quiz when you get the prelims online. You get to see what is an online test. How do you manage your time for each question? How do you manage your negative markings? This is a practice that you don't get it usually otherwise available here in this city or even in Northeast. Coming back to the other competitions, we are still left with the seat under competition, which is scheduled for next Saturday and Sunday. Next Saturday, we'll be having the competition for nursery to class 6th level. And from class 7 to class 10 would be on the next Sunday, that is 7th of August. Prize distribution ceremony for all the competitions will be held on 20th of August at 3 p.m. in this hall for all the competitions. And for participation certificate, we'll be giving all of you a participation certificates, but that will come at the end after the prize distribution is over. This will be a digital certificate that will be given, that will be available online, and you will have to download from the website, from exactly wherein you have logged in rkmshillong.org. Coming back to the debate competition, Ramakrishna Mission has a record of the debate competition going for till 7-8 p.m. with 2-3 breaks. And we have seen around 40 teams joining the competition. In this year's competition, we have got only 18 teams joining this competition, 18 or something. And out of this, only 8 teams have so far reported. But anyway, we encourage whoever have joined. Maybe still now the people are still a bit scared of COVID pandemic and all that. On Sunday, probably it becomes more powerful or something of the sort. But anyway, we welcome all of you to this afternoon's debate competition. As you know, the topic of the debate is, in the opinion of the House, further development of artificial intelligence should be banned. We hope to see a hot debate. And to start with, may I invite all those participants who will be speaking for the motion kindly to come on the dais and take their seats on the right-hand side of the speaker. As you can see, I'm standing here on the podium meant for the participants who will be speaking for the motion. So may I request all of you kindly come on the dais and take your seats. Those who will be speaking against the motion also are to come and take your seats on the left-hand side of the speaker. Those who will be speaking against, you also please come and take your seats on the left-hand side of the speaker. Yes, please give them a big hand. Though we have a handful of people in the auditorium today, those who will be speaking against should go on the left-hand side of the speaker, and speaking for would be on the right-hand side, means this side. Please come in the front. Come in front, because those who will be coming afterwards, they will sit in the back. Please sit in front. Yes, you can come in the very front bench, very front row. You come in the front row. Those in the back, please come ahead. Please take the front seats first. Please come in the front seat. Those in the back too, yes, please come in the front seat. Otherwise, it doesn't look nice. And we are going live in YouTube. Those we have sent a link to all the participants, those who have enrolled their names, and you can also send link at your home, that those who could not make it to the auditorium today, they can watch it live from home. So entire proceedings will be, in fact, all the competitions, starting from the first competition of nursery rhymes till last quiz competition, will be going live on YouTube, even including the prize distribution ceremony. To judge this today's parliamentarians in our mini parliament, we have got 3 distinguished judges, and may I request all of them kindly to take their seats. We have got SHRI MENDONLANG PARIAT, Dr. ATANU BANERJEE, and Dr. AYON BHATTACHARJEE. May I request all of you kindly to give them a warm round of applause. We are very grateful to all these 3 judges for sparing their valuable time with us, for agreeing to spare there, and we express our gratitude to all of them. Sir, thank you so much for being here this afternoon. And last but not the least, the most important person for a debate competition, the most important person for Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha to proceed, we require the speaker. And in today's competition, we have got a person here who has kindly agreed to be the speaker. So very thankful to him, SHRI AIBANSHNGAIN SWER, who is also the Director of Meghalaya Basin Development, plus holding so many other charges in the government of Meghalaya, is a very busy person. Sir, we thank you so much for your coming and agreeing to be the speaker. May I request you, sir, please kindly come on the dais and take a seat. Coming to the prizes for the debate competition, we will be giving in 2 categories. One is individual category, the other is in team category. In individual category, best speaker, second best speaker, and based on the recommendation of the judges, if there is any humorous speaker, we may go for a prize for humorous speaker. Otherwise, it would be a third best speaker. So individually, 3 prizes. And for team prize, there would be the champion team and the runners-up team. That will be announced after the debate competition is over. It will be announced here itself. So from my part, once again, welcoming all of you in the debate competition today. And may I now request our speaker, sir, kindly to take over the charge. Sir, thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. A very good afternoon to each and everyone present here. It is a great privilege to be able to participate in such a noble occasion. I'm very pleased that I've been involved with the Ramakrishna Mission now for many years as one of the members of the committee, and I take this as one of the fruits that the Ramakrishna Mission is sharing with the communities in the state. Today, as we take up this topic, further development of artificial intelligence should be banned. We have with us two groups. One is the Treasury, which is for the motion, and the others are from the opposition, which is against the motion. So the first is that from each group, we must have a leader. So I request all of you to, both groups, to please select a leader from your respective groups. Treasury, please consult and select a leader. Opposition, please consult and select your leader. You, what's your name? Rithi Sharma from Riddhi. Okay, Riddhi Sharma from St. Anthony's College at serial number 28. She will be the leader for the opposition. Let's give it a big hand. From the Treasury, who? Okay, he. What is your name? Bishwadeep. Bishwadeep Bhattacharjee from St. Edmund's College. Bishwadeep. Bishwadeep Bhattacharjee at serial number 31 is the team leader for the Treasury benches. Okay, I will share the rules. Please listen carefully. The leaders of the Treasury bench and opposition to initiate the debate with their views. Your time allowed for each of the leaders is 6 minutes. At the end of the 5th minute, a warning bell will sound, followed by the final bell at the 6th minute, by which time the speaker must conclude his speech. Okay? Clear, both the leaders? Okay. Number 2, for the other speakers, your time allotted will be 4 minutes. At the end of the 3rd minute, a warning bell will ring, followed by the final bell. Okay? Please stop when your time is up. Reading out from prepared speech shall be liable the participant eligible for any prize. Okay? This is a debate. Have you ever seen anyone debate with a paper in his hand? No. So debate means, okay? However, a participant may use a pen and paper for writing down the points for counter arguments. Okay? All of you have got pen and paper? Okay. You don't need. On your phone. Okay. Phone is allowed, I presume. The leader of the Treasury and opposition will get another chance towards the close of the debate to sum up and conclude the debate within another 2 minutes of time. Okay? There's no marks for conclusion. So before we start on this, let me request the Treasury benches to stand up and introduce yourselves, along with your serial number. Please. Okay, just tell your name.
A very good afternoon to everyone present here. I'm Bishwadeep Bhattacharjee and I'm from St. Edmund's College.
A very good afternoon to everyone present here. My name is Theodora Teepingrope and I am representing St. Anthony's College.
Good afternoon, I am Sangeeta Shrestha from Loreto Convent, class 11.
Good afternoon, I'm Dia Sinha.
Good afternoon to everyone present here. This is Gracie Maisnam from Lady King College.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ria from Assam Army Public School, Shillong.
Why don't you sit in front?
Good afternoon, one and all present here. I am going to represent Army Public School, Shillong.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jayanta Nath, and I'm from Army Public School, Shillong.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Amos Larzarmo Izote from Mayfair Secondary School.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shubhadeep Sarkar from St. Anthony's College.
Thank you. Opposition?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Riddhi Sharma. I'm from St. Anthony's College.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I'm Anshu Kumari from Army Public School, Shillong.
A very good afternoon to everyone. I am Samantika Nandi Mazumdar from Loreto Convent School.
A very good afternoon to everyone present here. Today, I, Anupam Paul, stand here to represent Army Public School, Shillong.
A very good afternoon. My name is Rajesh Barman. I am from Red Laban College. That's all.
A very good afternoon to everyone present here. I am Meon Bhalang Pongru from class 10, Mayfair Secondary School.
A very good afternoon to all. I am Ashmita Kilikdar and I am from St. Edmund's College. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Devalina Bora from Lady King College. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm from St. Anthony's College, and thank you.
A very good afternoon to everyone present here. I am Saurav Paul from Meghalaya Police Public School.
Again. Are we done? So, after that little bit of introduction exercise, I hope all of you are comfortable with the microphone there. Okay. So, without further ado, we will go ahead with this debate, and I would like to invite B. BHATTACHARJEE to kindly start. Your time is 6 minutes.
Timer. In the words of Stephen Hawking, full development of artificial intelligence could spell the end of human race. Fast forward a few decades and we are right on track to proving him right. In a few years, the development of artificial intelligence has taken an exorbitant leap. The regulations in the AI development are moving at a snail's pace, but the development of AI is at a rapid rate. Let me give you an example of the dangers of AI before moving forward. The first picture that we get of while thinking of AI are robots and self-driving cars and smart homes and etc. But knowingly or unknowingly, every one of us present here or even in this whole world is using AI in the simplest of form. Google Maps, calculators for calculations are all examples, are the fundamental examples of artificial intelligence. Now, what exactly is artificial intelligence? AI in its simplest form is actually just a computer which acts and decides in a way which just seems to be intelligent. Its benefits are that we can use it in processes which are repetitive and don't need any regulating device. But can robots actually take over the entire world? Can they anticipate and feel and predict the upcoming challenges which will take place, the changes which can take place in the system? We need humans for that job. Now, humans, we can also call them a sort of AI, authentic intelligence, if we can all agree on that. Authentic intelligence, they can anticipate, they can feel, they can judge the upcoming challenges which come, and they can take changes, take steps accordingly to face that challenge. Now, the industries are replacing the human workforce with robots because it apparently it saves time and charges less as compared to human workforces. But in reality, are humans and robots actually meant to compete with each other? This is a big question that we need to answer. Instead of having an unnecessary and biased competition, we can actually collaborate the work rate and efficiency of computers and the problem solving and algorithm generation of humans to provide a much better and improved output for the betterment of the humankind. Now, this is just one problem, the jobs and all these points, and I'm sure the following speakers will cover up on that. The second most important point leading the danger of AI is the safety and privacy of people. Now, we are all aware of all the frauds and the bank thefts that happen online. Now, the fundamental example of this, I'll give you an example. I've had the first-hand experience of working with AI, being a student of computer application. As a part of a summer project, we had to make a self-driving car. This car was a simple model. We had a camera, an ultrasonic sensor, and a neural network that we had created. Now, the code worked fine at the beginning. It was meant to navigate through lanes, going past the obstacles which arrived. Now, initially it worked fine, but one day it just deviated off its path. And when searching for what exactly happened, we found out that just a bracket was deleted while editing the code. Now, this is just a small scale example of what could happen. Now, imagine a Tesla, which is a self-driving car. Imagine that deviating from the road and going on to a footpath full of people. Now, the effects of this could be catastrophic. One more example of AI is the hacking and the bank safety is what we have I've told earlier. Just recently, I saw one of the interviews where where a hacker whose location could not be traced, he modulated his voice through AI to that of the CEO of a company, and he made a huge transaction which actually got the company into a bank debt because their transactions were not secured by the company. Now, the risks of AI will keep on increasing if regulations are not made in the development of AI. And the best method to do so will be to introduce an AI-specific board into the government comprising of experts from the AI. They will have a better expertise in handling the regulations rather than politicians who have no knowledge about AI. In the words of Sundar Pichai, he said that he has no question in his mind that AI development should be regulated. Elon Musk has said that AI is more dangerous than nukes. Now, if the pioneers of AI development are agreeing that the AI development need to be regulated, I don't think that we should debate on this thing that until and unless the regulations are made on this in this regard, the development of AI should be temporarily banned, not completely banned, but temporarily banned till all these regulations are made. Thank you.
Thank you, Biswadeep. I now call on the leader of the opposition, Ms. Riddhi Sarma. She is serial number 28 from St. Anthony's College.
Greetings to everyone. When I first enrolled in this very debate competition, I went to the Ramakrishna Mission website, and the first and the only quote that I found on the website itself was by Swami Vivekananda, and I quote him, "All the powers in the universe are already in our hands. It is we who put our hands on our eyes and complain and cry that it is dark. I would like to remind the House today that the motion of the House is that further advancement of the AI should be banned. I would like to remind the Leader of the Opposition of the Treasury bench, that I do have my team has the liberty to talk about liberation, about regulations when it comes to artificial intelligence, but not you, because you're supporting the total ban of artificial intelligence. I do not support the total ban of artificial intelligence because hurdling the progression of humankind, hurdling the human potential and to reach its pinnacle will be nothing but a blot in the history of humankind, because I refuse to have our children in future have a future which did not develop to its full potential. Because why? We were afraid that AI might cause destruction, that AI might take over humanity. It is nothing but the ignorance and the fear of humankind. 3.3 million years humans have been further developing in every other human invention. Until now, this fear and skepticism is nothing but hysteria, is nothing but a hoax. Imagine if humans would have stopped when they first invented the wheel. Imagine if humans would have stopped after every other progression, where we would have landed today. I agree there was automation anxiety in the 1920s and 30s. I agree that in the Population Bomb book written by Paul Ehrlich, he said that India will face population boom in 1970s. There will be starvation and famines. But we cannot apply the principles of the insect world in the human world. What happened? Green Revolution happened and the tables turned. We have seen throughout history that jobs were created, jobs were destroyed, because I believe the Treasury bench will talk about unemployment when it comes to AI. But jobs were created, jobs were destroyed, but work persists. I repeat, work persists because humans have the capability to create work. Humans have the capability. Decades ago, people wouldn't have thought about career like data analyst, like influencers, like creative strategist. But we are here today. A simple look at the demographic transition theory from class 12 sociology book will tell us that in future, the population boom will not happen, a population doom will happen, which will create a different demography altogether, which means that we will become not dependent, but we can complement with AI for our future. Today itself, we can see that the replacement levels are going down, the birth rate is going down. In future, there will be more old age people than there are young people. In Japan itself, which is the economic miracle of the 21st century, they are hiring artificial intelligence to take care of the old people. Why? Because the reality is different from what we see. We need to talk about the job problem, which I believe the Treasury bench will talk about the most. The job problem. We cannot talk about the symptoms and not the disease. We need to cure the disease itself. AI does not exist much right now. It does exist, but it hasn't reached its pinnacle, the one we are fearing. But job, unemployment, it still exists. Why? Because of economic irregulation, because of other problems, and it is not because of AI. Now, moving forward, when we talk about statistics, Luis Perez talked about automation was created to free time, which means humans. Swami Vivekananda himself, he went around the world and made India stand at a level. Why? Because his mind was beyond the very minute and scale of job searching, because humans are beyond that. And now is the time, I believe, to look for it. When I talk about AI, I think humans can very well complement with AI, and we have to stop undermining it, because AI, at the end of the day, we are creating AI, we can regulate it. Precision agriculture can be made, because in future, food security will be a huge issue. We can use AI. In India itself, when we talk about soldiers dying at the borders, we forget about the sewage workers who have to die each and every day because of the grave conditions in which they clean our sewage. We can hire AI for that. Why do we always have to look at AI as something which will be at the top of, which will be hired by the capitalists? Of course, it will be hired by the capitalists. But to say that Google, created by a capitalist, will not be beneficial to each and every person sitting in the room right now. I would like to conclude my speech. If AI, artificial intelligence, kicks us human out of out of this whole scenario of behaving like a machine, a mere machine who is doing mindless manual labor each and every day. I look forward to a future like that. I look forward to a future where human beings, like Swami Vivekananda, human beings look beyond everything and go forward to create new ideas, to look beyond the materialistic work. Thank you so much. I would like to conclude.
Thank you, Riddhi Sharma from St. Anthony's College. She is serial number 28. So we will now call our next speaker for the motion, serial number 1, Subhadeep Sarkar from St. Anthony's College.
If you have created a conscious machine, it's not the history of man, it's the history of God. This dialogue is from the movie Ex Machina, which was based on AI. Mr. Speaker, sir, around the mid-20th century, people predicted that machines can never defeat humans in chess. But a few decades later, Garry Kasparov, a world chess champion, was defeated by an AI algorithm for six times consecutively. Mr. Speaker, sir, there are two questions that we may ask. The first one being, where is the limit? Mr. Speaker, sir, currently AI is able to solve singular tasks and work on a few data sets at a time. But we are not very far from the time when AI will be able to handle and solve multiple tasks at a time, and also reinforce adaptations. That is, it will learn from its mistakes again and again and again. Mr. Speaker, sir, machine intelligence is surpassing human intelligence. Mr. Speaker, sir, the second question that we may ask is that whom is it going to benefit? Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to give an example. When a company creates driverless cars, it does not benefit the driver who is going to lose his job, but it benefits the company and it benefits its employees who are already at a better financial position and are already at the top of the class hierarchy. Mr. Speaker, sir, the benefits of AI don't necessarily trickle to the poorest person, but it trickles to the richest and the wealthiest in the society. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is very likely that in the future we youngsters might not have a job. And this will be the consequence of artificial intelligence and automation. Mr. Speaker, sir, like one of the members of the opposition has said that, yes, humans are capable of creating jobs, but there is no reason for a company to hire humans if it can hire an AI which is 10 times more cheaper and 10 times more efficient. Mr. Speaker, sir, AI develops gaps in the society. It creates economic divides in the society. Mr. Speaker, sir, apart from these, AI is being used to monitor and manipulate populations. It is being used to manipulate election polls. Mr. Speaker, sir, because of AI, human rights are at risk. AI is being weaponized. It is being used to create lethal autonomous weapons. Thus, these are among the many reasons I feel that AI must be banned. Hence, I would like to conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, Subhadeep Sarkar. We will go into the next speaker against the motion. This will be serial number 4, Asmita Kiliktar from St. Edmund's College.
Our intelligence is what makes us human, and artificial intelligence is an extension of that quality. A very good afternoon to honorable adjudicators, respected faculty members, dear audience, and my worthy opponents. This is Ashmita Kilikdar, and today I stand over here to share my views on against the motion of the topic, further development of artificial intelligence should be banned. So my first question lies to my opponent friend is that whether they want a static life or they want a dynamic life, whether they want development or they want to go back to the primitive life. If they want a primitive or static life, then artificial intelligence must be banned. But this would be a laughing stock in our present generation. We know artificial intelligence is the intelligence of machines, which is in contrast to the natural intelligence of human beings. In our present generation, there is no substitute of artificial intelligence. However, I cannot ignore the talent of human beings, but the fact that we can't be denied is that machines are far more advanced than the human beings who have created it. In our present generation, we are wholly dependent on the computers, which brings much expedites to our work and brings more efficient to our work fields. And nowadays, we can see that in in almost all of our human being hand, the presence of smartphone is must. Which is not only for the purpose of communication, but also for many other purposes, such as the internet, which is the internet facility, which bring almost everything, which brings access to almost everything which a human being wants. We can feel the difference if mobile phone is withdrawn from our hand for one day. Now, I would like to come about the GPS facility of the artificial intelligence. Through the GPS facility, we can know the whereabouts of anybody at a glance. Also, during the COVID period, if the AI would not be present, then it might be the possibility that our education system should have collapsed, because most of our educational institution, colleges, schools run through the online mode, which won't be possible if the mobile phones and computers, which are the most examples of artificial intelligence, are not there. Now, also, with the help of artificial intelligence, we can protect our country through the various use of missiles, nuclear weapons, which are also controlled by the computers. Robot is also a very good invention of artificial intelligence, which can access where in the hard times where human beings, most of the things which human beings can't do. Robotic things can't get sick, or they don't need any break, and they can work 24/7 without getting tired. So it will bring a huge productivity in our work field. Also, will come about the datafication and digitalization. Without data, the working is not possible, and all the data we get from the internal facility and the mobile phones.
Your time's up.
Also, I would like to, it is worth to be mentioned that in our new education policy 2020, which is approved by Cabinet Ministry, also has given the importance of artificial intelligence. Lastly, I would like to say my opponent friends that it is a very time that we should go forward and never look back. And the India, which is a developing country, is also progressing with the help of artificial intelligence. And within 5 to 10 years, it will also compete with the developed countries. Last but not the least, I would like to conclude my speech with that the coming era of artificial intelligence will not be the era of war, but will be the era of deep love, compassion, and non-violence. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Asmita. Our next speaker for the motion is serial number 5, Gracie Maisnam.
Good afternoon, Honorable Speaker, sir. So I'm standing right here to support for the motion of the topic, which I would like to remind again, is further development of artificial intelligence should be banned. So as our opposition team has said, that AI has developed a lot. But let me just remind a few guidelines about AI and what actually it is. Mostly people know it as an intelligence which is helping humans, but it is also divided in 3 stages by the scientists. Firstly, ANI, which is the right now program which we are all seeing in front of our eyes. Not only that, there are 2 other stages which are yet to be caught by the hands of humans, which are also sought to be the destructible ones, which is AGI, artificial intelligence, which would be at the same level along with the human intelligence system, and the ASI, which is the artificial super intelligence, which is believed to be superseding the human intelligence. So as the question, or let's say the statement has been stated, that unemployment would be a big cause in the coming ages. So the opposition teams has said that humans are able to create it, but I would like to state, and it's my strong belief, that as humans are able to create, what are the chances that the lower class people will be able to adapt with the coming up of the AI? Because it is only the influential and the beneficial higher upper class people will be getting a hand at it. Not to regard or not to ignore for the fact that it is also one of the highest influential companies who are able to actually access to the AI technologies. Let us say that Elon Musk and others have also regarded AI as a potential danger, but in their presence itself, they are developing certain things without the guidance from the audience. Let us say they are doing certain things on their own, which I can say, to my belief, that they might be using it for their own benefit. Not to say that there won't be a war waged against humans by humans. Let us say that AI has developed to its fully potential, but as they have said that if AI will be developed more, there will be more love. I would like to say that's a thing which I like to oppose on, because there are certain human emotions which are known as anger and revenge, which will obviously come into the interface. Not to regard for the fact that humans will use AI for their own beneficial. Let us say there's a war waged against humans between humans. Obviously, the ones who have access to AI and the further higher development, they will have an upper hand in the war. And for example, I would just like to place an incident that I had with AI. It was the first incident. So we were going for a trip outside, and there was a machine. It said that it'll be able to forecast my future. So I went. I was actually very small at that time. So I went and I just put a coin in there. And then it saw the future, that I'll be getting very high marks in my board exams. But future had its own decisions. I didn't actually got to it. So I can say that in my point of view, AI, however much it might be developed, there will come a time that humans might have to bow down to it. And as we have advanced from the gorillas, it's been said in the scientific term, even gorillas are not having their time, they are not having fun time seeing us humans evolved and ruling over them. So even we won't want certain things to get over us and be ruling onto us. So I would like to say that as humans' emotions are coming into the picture, certain things should not be developed, because there will obviously come a point of time when humans won't be able to control their emotions. And on that time, these things will unleash, and then it will come upon everyone as a destructive force. Along with that, I'd like to end my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Our next speaker is against the motion. Serial number 6, Semantika Nandi Mazumdar from Loreto Convent School.
Artificial intelligence is a tool. It's a form of technology made by us and is supposed to be used by us. We fear new things. We have always feared the innovation of artificial intelligence. But why is that? If everyone remembers the automobile industry, which was very important for us, people were scared during the boom of the automobile industry. But here we are today. Most people that have arrived to this destination to watch this debate, I'm sure they have come with the help of a vehicle. In the same way, we have to allow AI to develop, because it will lead to a world full of new possibilities. It will give us a future which is bright and beautiful. Yes, there can be many drawbacks to it, and as they have mentioned, unemployment. But is it really true that will artificial intelligence really destroy jobs? According to the World Economic Forum, more than 120 million, I repeat, more than 120 more million jobs are set to be created by technology than it destroys. That's a huge number. Yes, traditional labor jobs will decrease in number, but those which require education will increase. In that place, the literacy level all around the world will also increase. The literacy level all around the world will also increase. AI has also other benefits, not to mention that it can detect severe weather climates beforehand and many other things. We have to stop deluding ourselves into believing that AI is going to destroy us. One most important thing that everyone believes is going to be a future is killer robots. Everyone believes that killer robots will be a thing and they will destroy all humans present. But is that really true? And if if there is a possibility, is that something that the robots should be responsible for? Because I think it all comes down to us humans who are feeding them with the algorithm, the data. We are the ones making decisions for them. Because AI at the end don't have any emotions of their own. We are making them responsible to do this. So before thinking of banning AI, we have to make a change within ourselves. At the end, I would like to say, please don't fear AI. AI doesn't actually have that many drawbacks. We are just overcomplicating things. There are many more drawbacks in this world. For example, world hunger, problems with drinking water, and diseases. Not to mention, AI is now able to detect diseases very early. For example, breast cancer, it can now be detected in the early stages, which was not possible in the past decade. AI will create a life which will give us things which we could have never imagined. Thank you.
Thank you, Simantika. Our next speaker for the motion is serial number 19, Riya Singh from Army Public School.
First of all, good afternoon, Mr. Speaker, sir. Good afternoon, all the judges and everyone present over here. Today, I'd like to speak for the motion for the topic, further development of artificial intelligence should be banned. Now, we all are aware what artificial intelligence is, right? But to make sure we're all on the same page, I'd like to begin with the very definition of AI. AI is when computers and other machines mimic human cognition and are capable of thinking, learning, and making decisions or taking actions. Now it is considered as an asset in our daily life. But if we have a deeper look into it, we face the reality of the situation. Now, for example, if an AI system is designed with fuzzy algorithms and the machine learning allows the decision making to refine itself, then who is legally responsible for the outcome? Is it the company? Will it be the programmer? Or can we blame the AI system itself? Taking an example, in 2018, a self-driving car hit and killed a pedestrian. I'd like to repeat, Mr. Speaker, sir, killed a pedestrian. This proves that AI system is not totally safe, reliable, and precise. Now, we might have heard of autonomous weapons, right? I'd like to elaborate. Autonomous weapons are AI systems which are specifically designed to kill. They are armed. So in the hands of the wrong person, aren't those autonomous weapons destructive? Can't they cause more mass destruction? We can't take guarantee of the human tendency of greed. We don't know who is having the authority to use those autonomous weapons. What if the person decides to use it against humanity? Can we take the guarantee of that? Now there's an ongoing research on artificial organs. Well, they are artificial organs designed to replace damaged organs from the human body. This is quite beneficial as a person will have longer life, right? Now let's presume somewhere in near future you're suffering from a heart disease and that causes the transplant of your heart with an artificial one. Now are we stopping at just the heart? Can't we just replace every other organ in our human body just to live longer? But are we even human after that? Will we be just mechanical pieces put together? Will we be considered living? Now, there's this novel you might have heard of, Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. In that novel, the main protagonist, Victor Frankenstein, becomes obsessed with the idea of life, and he tries to create one himself. So he brings together pieces of a lot of corpses, stitches them together, and gets it to life. That creature kills him. The thing which was supposed to help him killed him. So how long before AI starts making its own decisions and has thoughts and opinions of its own, which will not very might align with our own? So I'm really very against the further development of artificial intelligence to such an alarming rate, where it will be nothing more than destruction and a threat to its own creators. Thank you.
Thank you, Riya Singh. Our next speaker against the motion is serial number 7, Devolina Bora from Lady Keane College.
Good afternoon, respected speaker, sir, and my worthy opponent. Today, as we all know, artificial intelligence empowers various organizations, government, and communities to solve various challenges faced by society today. Respected speaker, sir, do you know every year 5 million people die because of lack of better medical facilities? But if further development of artificial intelligence is there, this death rate can be reduced. Even now, 20% mortality rate has been reduced because of artificial intelligence. So, isn't it helpful for humans? Secondly, as a young woman myself, we face lots of sexual harassment abuse, but artificial intelligence provides various ways to report such gender violence and also child sex abuse. Respected speaker, sir, artificial intelligence provides us various platforms and applications such as Safe City, which helps us to communicate with others, ask for help, and also provide safe navigation route. Isn't it helpful? As a young woman myself, I believe it's really helpful and makes me feel a lot safer, as I have something from which I can ask for help whenever I need under my fingertips. Artificial intelligence also help people with disability. Dear speaker, sir, artificial intelligence provide tools such as WeWalk, which help people with blindness disability to sorry. It helps people with blindness disability to communicate with others and go anywhere they want without being dependent on anyone. Mr. Speaker, sir, isn't it amazing? Isn't it really helpful for that person that he is no longer needed to be dependent on anyone? He can easily go somewhere, wherever he wants, and that AI would help him to and artificial intelligence would help him to reach its location safely. And do you know 90% of accidents are caused due to human errors? But according to United Nations, if there is further development of artificial intelligence, the death rate caused by this road accident can be reduced by half. Therefore, I firmly believe that there should be further development of artificial intelligence because it has a great potential in solving various critical challenges faced by the world today. Thank you.
Thank you, Devolina Bora. Our next speaker for the motion is serial number 27, Theodora T. Pingrove from St. Anthony's College.
A very good afternoon to everyone present here. Now, as we all know, artificial intelligence is something that has been created by us humans, our intelligence. Wouldn't it be a dream? Now, we see the hype of vendors and companies scrambling and rushing to advertise that they are using artificial intelligence in their services, in their products, in all their works. Yes, wow, if we think about it, I mean, everything will be done with one push of a button. I'm imagining it myself, waking up in the morning, everything is done. I don't even have to stand up, I don't have to do anything, everything is being done for me. And yet, we humans, we have the audacity to complain of belly fats. What is this? I don't think there is injustice in this. Now, let us go back right from history. This began with the Industrial Revolution. Well, actually, if we go through, yes, our eyes are shining and we are beaming with pride. Wow, such a great achievement if we think about it. We've established machines, we've established, like they said, it all began with a wheel, a spinning wheel, all of that, etc. Yes. But have we ever paused to think about the general population, about the part of the population that are hand-to-mouth laborers? We saw these people suffer so much during COVID-19. Is this fair? Now, yes, they're saying that there will be a lot of newer jobs that will come up with artificial intelligence. But have we ever paused to analyze that this will call for data analysts and people who are very skilled in computer? Now, will the people, especially let's say rural people, or let's just say the whole bulk of the population, will they be able to adapt to this as quickly as possible? Yes, we must acknowledge artificial intelligence and whatever it has achieved, it has helped us a lot. No doubt about that, it has helped, but we should not, I would say we should not allow for further development. Yes, because now, if Mr. Speaker, sir, if you are to have an operation, you would like it to be done, let's say, by an artificial intelligence robot. 100% successful, everything is done. But what about those students who are studying to become doctors? What about, we're all students here and we're studying. I myself, I'm a student. I'm wondering now, later in life, what if an artificial intelligence robot comes in my place? I'm competing with an AI. That will just show me my future is doomed here. So this is why it is a request for all of us that when the choice comes, I urge all of us, we are humans. So when the choice comes, when the option comes for us, please pick humanity over artificial intelligence. Because artificial intelligence should only be a participant, not an arbiter in the field of labor. Thank you.
Thank you, Theodora. Our next speaker against the motion is serial number 11, and she is Anshu Kumari from the Army Public School.
Once again, a very good afternoon to the respected speaker, sir, judges, and one and all present here. Today, I'll be speaking against the motion as mentioned before on the topic for the development of artificial intelligence. I don't think so it needs any introduction anymore, as it has been already introduced very well. AI-powered technologies played a vital role in marketing, finance, healthcare, and many more. It can leveraged to perform small repetitive tasks faster, or it can used to complete larger, more complex tasks. Coming to the point of unemployment, according to the Indian Express, around 120 millions are to be added to artificial intelligence by 2025. Latest innovations and technologies are developing in imaginable fields of artificial intelligence. AI makes work easy and convenient. Let me ask you, how many of us don't have smartphones here? How many of us do not use any kind of, haven't used before Google searches or haven't done any online shopping before? The registration for this competition itself was held online. I should I should ask the participants, how many of us actually visited this place before to take the form and filled it up? We all preferred to do online because it was more easy and convenient for us. Almost none of us. Artificial intelligence is a very aspect, touches every aspect of our personal and professional life nowadays, more or less. It does. Effectiveness aside, there's a bigger problem, that is the growth cannot be stopped of artificial intelligence. If our country do not grow, others will do it. If all the governments ban the growth of artificial intelligence, private sectors will do it. If it is banned completely, people will do it. Secretly, also, evolution speed of artificial intelligence is much higher, and there's no way to stop it other than we'll go back to Stone Age. Artificial intelligence has enormous potential to serve society, bringing radical innovations for humans in the future. Hereby, I conclude, artificial intelligence has reached each and every possible mind. It is possible to stop our mind. It is possible to stop one mind or two mind, but not each and every mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Anshu. Our next speaker for the motion is serial number 32, Diya Sinha.
Speaker, sir, I have no doubt that AI has a lot of advantages, but then I feel...
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, can I just lower it?
Just bend it here. You just speak, we can hear you.
Okay, so respected speaker, sir, no doubt AI has a lot of advantages, but then there is a point at which we should stop developing it. What we have is enough, and we don't need more. The reasons why I feel that AI need not be developed further is that it makes us lazy. Now, many a times, what happens is our efforts on any particular subject has reduced because everything is on our fingertips. We do not need to search because already it's mentioned in the AI. But then I would also like to say that the AI has the potential to make biased decisions due to the data fed to them. And it's actually disturbing to see that in the real world, AI is making decisions for real people. Now, what I want to say is, it's actually scary that I'm seeing that some algorithms are being used to judge whether a person is liable to commit further crimes or not. Now, what I want to say here is that it is found that the AI is likely to qualify you as a potential suspect 77% more if you are colored. Now, since I'm colored, the AI may say that I am a potential suspect, and this hurts. And we can see that the AI is replicating biases due to the data fed to them. Another problem with the AI I see is that it does exactly what I want it to do. It has no creativity, no out-of-box thinking. So now what happens in an emergency situation? What it would do? It would follow the same common steps, and hence it becomes ineffectual. Now, one of my worthy opponents said that with the help of AI, we would be able to improve our security. We'll have autonomous weapons. Now, what I want to say here is that we do not know who'll handle those weapons. The AI we can just understand it with the example of Aladdin and the magic lamp. Now, what happens is the genie does not recognize who its master is, and it will do exactly what I tell it to do. Now, this may be good, this may be bad, I have no idea. Now, also, I'd like to say that AI has environmental problems also. Now, we may not recognize this, but the AI is controlled by huge firms, the size of many, many football fields, and we see that these firms are using lot of energy, and this energy is not wholesome for the environment. And also, since our life is becoming easier due to these smart devices, we do not do any kind of strenuous activities. And this is making us unhealthy as we need to do some physical work. And another thing I would like to say is that whenever we have a problem, let's say I ring up a call center and the person who answers it's an AI. There is no person out there addressing my problem, but an algorithm instead. What would happen? I would be frustrated since an AI does not have any empathy, does not have any sympathy. So the more AI develops, the more it becomes hard for me to get hold of a real human being. Another problem with AI, which I see, is that what happens is AI does not have any feelings, no emotions, so it lacks the human touch. Now, whenever I ask my smart speaker to say, Siri, please do this for me, I do not use the word please, I do not use the word thank you. So the more I communicate with my smart devices, the more I tend to lose my values since I do not say please, since I do not say thank you to my smart devices. So I feel that
Leah,
what
your time
we
is up.
have is enough and we do not need more. This is all I have to say. Thank you.
Our next speaker against the motion is serial number 24, and he is Anupam Paul from Army Public School.
How can we live in a world where there is no internet, no content to consume? How can we live in a world where there are no photos, no videos, nothing to watch except this physical world? Will we travel miles and miles away to get our education, to acquire skills, and also to buy our products? How can we carry physical money everywhere we go? How can we pay lakhs and lakhs of rupees without AI coming up? Can we get our information more easily than just by a click with our fingers? A very good afternoon, Mr. Speaker, sir. Today, I stand here to strongly oppose the motion which states further development of artificial intelligence should be banned. Before diving deep into the topic, it is imperative to decode the meaning of the terms development, ban, and AI. The word development means advancement to a certain degree. The word ban means to officially or legally prohibit something. Artificial intelligence, or AI, was first invented in early 1950 by John McCarthy, who is considered as the father of AI. According to him, the science and engineering of making intelligent machines, especially intelligent computer programs, is the very definition of AI. Because of how the concept appears in our imagination, each time the word AI resonates, it's normal for robots to come to mind. However, artificial intelligence applies to all spheres of technology. Beyond the concepts of robotics, artificial intelligence offers complex creations like the facial and fingerprint recognition system of smartphones, smart home gadgets, smart healthcare equipments, and business intelligence, among others, are all artificial intelligence. Moreover, in the fields of air transport, banking, financial institutions, gaming, transport, manufacturing, and medicine, AI plays a prominent role. Can we just imagine? Okay, let's do this. How among all of us present here, how many of us do not carry a mobile phone, or how many of us do not need it? Among all the participants present here, how many of us have not researched from the very world of internet? The largest and even the most important companies of the world, like Amazon, Apple, Google, Facebook, IBM, Intel, Microsoft, have their very foundations on artificial intelligence. Does this not make all of us realize that my allegedly worthy opponent's debate on the ban of artificial intelligence today shall be completely futile and Incorrect. Now, they might have come up with many disadvantages of AI, one of the major ones being the increase in unemployment, as there shall be job automation and disruption. It is, in fact, one of the most controversial myths that machines will replace humans at the workplace. It holds a notion that there is a mongering competition between employees and machines. Let us take the example of Amazon, for instance. According to Fox Business, despite the over 2 lakh robots working in Amazon's retail warehouses, as of 2019, the human power hiring rate jumped to a whooping 23% between 2019 and 2020. Amazon keeps hiring. So what's the significance of the bots? A glaring answer to that question is that companies around the world are constantly searching for ways to reduce the workload of their employees. It is not to replace them, as is often or always wrongly believed. AI won't take your jobs. They'll only reshape the way you work and what you do at work. Need I illustrate the importance of AI even further? Hence, to conclude, I would like to say that now that I've debunked the myth about what artificial intelligence really is, there shall remain no grounds on which it shall get misunderstood. Moreover, to think of a world without AI is to isolate ourselves from all the basic services required for our survival. Progress in this world is inevitable, and we, being a mere hindrance in its way, would end up nowhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Anupam Paul. Our next speaker against the motion is serial number 33, and it is Rajesh Burman from Raj Laban College. Rajesh Burman is not there. So we move on to the next. From Rajesh Burman against the motion, it will be it was given as against the motion. Yeah.
Sorry, sir, for the interruption.
Pardon?
So,
Yes.
first of all,
No, wait. You're against speaking against the motion.
against the motion, sir.
Please sit down. So wait. Just now we just had against the motion. So we will have for the motion. Okay. This will be Mimangsha Dhar. Sorry. Number 34, Mimangsha Dhar.
Shordish Non once said, I visualize a time when we all will be to robots what dogs are to humans, and I'm rooting for the machines. Good afternoon, one and all present here. Respected speaker, sir, today I am going to speak for the motion on the topic further development of artificial So I am going to speak for the motion on the topic further development of artificial intelligence should be banned. Well, respected speaker, sir, I want to make it very clear that I am not against artificial intelligence, but I'm against the further development of it. Well, I don't want to define what artificial intelligence is, because I think that my fellow mates have already defined it very well. So I want to say that small things matter. Even at our homes, we use appliances, electric appliances, which are also artificial intelligence. Just like electric kettles we use at home, it consumes a lot of electricity, and consumption of electricity means consumption of water. Though water is a renewable substance or renewable resource, we can say, it takes years to replenish. So the more electricity we use, the more water we are wasting. Again, I would like to quote one of my friends from the against panel. They said that we cannot carry money everywhere. Well, online payment, you mean online payment? Online payment
can also be hacked, just like we use Google Pay. What if one day we wake up and one of our parents' phone is hacked and all the money is gone? We don't want that, right? So it has a lot of disadvantages as well. Well, respected speaker, sir, I would also like to bring in highlight sustainable development. Well, sustainable development means developing while thinking about the future generations as well. And I would like to give a reference of my grandma's house where I went few days ago. Before when I went there were a lot of coconut trees, I say. But this time when I went there, a tower was there, because of which all the trees had been destroyed. And it is, so I can say that artificial intelligence is also destroying the environment. And if there is no environment, where will we live? There is no sustainable development. So I would like to conclude that if there are advantages of artificial intelligence, then there are more disadvantages of it as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mimoncha. Our next speaker against the motion is serial number 33, Rajesh Barman. Rajesh Barman is from Raj Laban College. Yes, sir. So, good afternoon to all of you. Myself, Rajesh Barman. So, I would ask a simple question, that why we should ban artificial intelligence? Why? We are talking about artificial intelligence. Why should we ban artificial intelligence? Because it harms the environment, it harms the humanity, it harms the all over the environment? Not at all. Because from our childhood to adulthood, all of us, we are indulged with artificial intelligence. Today, in this generation, 90%, 99% is having a smartphone, having a technologies, having an internet, having a lots of various apps, and no one is there that with a I mean that no person is sorry. I mean that you can show me one person that he does not know how to use the smartphone. So one of my opponents, they said that why we create a missile. We had to create a missile because in our neighboring country, if they attack on our earth, on our India, so as a citizen of India, why they attacked? It is a question of a citizen of India. Why should they attack to our country? So our scientists have made the missile so to make our country nuclear country. APJ Abdul Kalam, he's a missile man of our India, and he had he used to create he had developed many missiles. But we Indians, we never used to attack on the other country. So that's why artificial intelligence is it should not be banned, because this is the reason. In every part of our day-to-day life, in hospital, in every part of our some daily activities, we need some help of the artificial intelligence. They said, one of them, they said that mobile. Yes, definitely mobile. Without mobile, we cannot do anything. But I think that not only mobile, computer application, machines, automobiles, etc. So we should not ban the artificial intelligence. And last thing that I'm talking to that speaker is also is artificial intelligence. This is the light, this is the auditorium, this is a speaker, this is a
all our projector, smartphone, laptop, all our artificial intelligence that we are having some solution to that artificial intelligence only. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rajesh Burman. Our next speaker for the motion is serial number 35, and she is Sangeeta Shestha from Loreto Convent.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Sangeeta Shrestha from Loreto Convent, class 11. And I'm standing here in front of you all presenting my view in favor of the motion that is further development of artificial intelligence should be banned. I want to ask, we all know that artificial intelligence has the capability to make our life easy. Yes, it is very true. But I want to ask a question that are we willing to are we willing to overhand and the important insignias for the sake of convenience? I'm not quite sure about my opponents, but I would certainly not want to. Some drawbacks which I would like to mention today are: number 1 is increase in unemployment. Number 2, no creativity. Number 3, humans artificial intelligence has making us lazy. And number 4 is that high cost. So let us briefly discuss it again. We all know that artificial intelligence has a number of benefits if implemented day-to-day life, but it is also becoming a cause for unemployment. I want to raise a question here that one of my opponent is asking a question that why we have to ban artificial intelligence. But I want to remind them that we do not want to, that here we are not discussing about to ban artificial intelligence, but the further development of artificial intelligence. And I also want to raise a question to them that there is one, it is not an international issue because they have mentioned that one country will attack another country, that what will happen and all. But it is not an intelligence, so please don't go out of the topic. And I also and even in an article it is also mentioned that 85 million, I repeat, 85 million employees or workers will be replaced by the year 2025 by artificial intelligence. And it is also mentioned by our opponent that 120 million employees will be get a job. But I want to remind them that now also 85 peoples are there who are lagging behind, and we should take stand for them. And I also want to mention, I also want to ask a question to the opponent that that they have raised up that how iron and sexual harassment be a relation, because AI cannot be everywhere for us for every time and everywhere. And I also want to raise a question to my opponent that AI that in Japan, they have told that in Japan old age old peoples are doing they are more dependent on AI. Why we should depend on AI? If we have our grandparents, that means we should take care of them. Why we should of a machine that should take of our grandparents to them? Okay, so
Your time is up.
so I would so my biggest fear is that if but now my biggest fear is that like one day will come when robot will change when robot will treat us like a, like as we treat a dog today, a street dog today.
Sangeeta, your time is up.
So thank you so much. I would like to please do not go out of the topic to my opponents. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, very, very lively, full of passion. Please match that from the opposition side now. I call upon serial number 36, Mewan Bhalang Pungrob from Mayfair School.
Good afternoon to all present here. I am Yon Bhalang Pungrob from Mayfair Secondary School, and I'm here from the opposing team in the debate for further development of artificial intelligence. Just as my opposing team just said that, opposing opponent said that further development of AI should be banned, I want to ask a question. How long will it take for the AI or artificial intelligence to dominate humans? How long will it take? And there are many benefits that have been gained through development of AI. Let me take an example. Through my spectacles here, this has been developed through AI, and before the presence of AI, there were magnifying glasses before this. And without AI, this would not have been here now, just as I'm holding it here. People would have used magnifying lenses to scan objects around them and even to look at small objects. But with the development of AI, and it has helped in the development of these spectacles here, it had helped in us humans into reading scripts and reading newspapers and so on and so forth. So I hereby say that further development of AI should not be banned, but what could banning do? Firstly, for the ones who would have understood the potential of AI and would have sufficiently invested in it already, it would have indeed give them freedom to pursue in the technology and use them for their own selfish benefits and illegal practices. And secondly, banning of research of AI will be less vast transparent to the public. If banning of AI research will be vast less transparent to the public, then it would be no, sir, I'm fine. Okay. Secondly, the banning of AI research would be vastly less transparent to the public, but making it vastly less transparent to the public, people would not know what the people who are in charge of that AI, they would not know what would be they are doing, or what are they doing without the knowledge of the public. So further development of AI should not be banned. Thank you.
Thank you, Mewan Bhalang. Our next speaker for the motion is serial number 37, is Amos El Zote from Mayfair School.
So once again, good afternoon to everyone present here. Yeah, and my oppositions have always talked about how AI will help us in the future. But I would like to remind us that the more we use AI and the more we use gadgets, we are actually losing our capabilities to do our own work. And some of us here can't even calculate simple stuffs without using a calculator now. And that is the main problem, because the more the more we are trying to achieve something, the less we are actually getting it. Like that says that. And I think, and I'm not against AI, but I am against the further development of AI, because if we keep on developing, if we keep on going on and further developing AI, we actually lose our capabilities. We actually start losing ourselves, and we will come to a point where even walking will not be even possible, and that is very, very scary. And and I'm pretty sure we all have watched movies like Terminator and iRobot and Matrix. And the one thing they have all in common is that humans, they develop more and more and more until they have made something that is way beyond their control, that they can no longer control, and it destroys them. And I'm afraid, and that is a very serious threat right now. And and yes, we have done research and we have found ways to use it for the betterment, but can anyone tell me what other country there will not use it to make it as a weapon, to use it to consolidate power? Is there any country that would not do that? That's my question. And the other thing is, we are humans, and that is the most important thing that we should know. And not everything is within our control. And my positions believe, and they say that it will create more jobs, but they don't think about the people who are in the bottommost socioeconomic brackets of our society. Like, they have just learned how to use simple technologies like smartphones and basic apps like WhatsApp and Instagram. But have you ever asked how long will it take for them to adapt to the new changes that will come with the further development of AI? And I pretty sure, and I don't want to wake up tomorrow, and I don't want to wake up tomorrow with AI hunting me. So I just want to stop the further development of AI. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Amos. Our next speaker against the motion is serial number 39, Mr. Saurav Paul from Meghalaya Police Public School. 39. No, he's serial number 39. Just correct that.
Good afternoon, judges, respected speaker, and everyone present here. I, Saurav Paul of Class 10A from Meghalaya Police School, is going to talk against the motion on the topic further development of artificial intelligence should be banned. Artificial intelligence is the intelligence demonstrated by machines. Introduction of artificial intelligence has made great advancement in the field of science, literature, and solving mathematical calculations. India is a highly populated country, and due to which many people are left unemployed. Introduction of artificial intelligence has given jobs to many people, which has made great progress in the development of India. Earlier, it was difficult to solve mathematical problems. Artificial intelligence has made the solving of mathematical problems easier. Artificial intelligence has also made great advancement in the field of education. The students can get videos from YouTube and can get their queries filled. They can learn singing, dancing, and many more activities by watching through YouTube. If some students lack in some subjects, They can watch the videos of the teaching of teachers via YouTube. In many industries, computers, mobile phones, and many machines are used, which are made through artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has made the work of doctors also easier. Many instruments were made, like sphygmomanometer, which is used to uh, detect the blood pressure. It is inputted with the technology of AI. Therefore, there is also improvement in the field of health. Space research centers are also work through the technology of artificial intelligence. Earlier in banks, we can see piles of books laid down. People cannot calculate this as it was difficult. The employees in bank were not able to manage the money transactions. Corruption also increased, which is now the main problem of India. But artificial intelligence has made the calculations of the business transactions easier. With these reasons, I would like to conclude my speech. Therefore, I would like to say artificial intelligence is very helpful in the present world. And my view is that artificial intelligence should not be banned. Thank you.
Thank you, Saurav Paul. Our next speaker for the motion is serial number 38, Jayant Nath.
Good afternoon, judges, respected speaker, and everyone present here. My name is Jayanta Nath from AYON Public School, and today I'm going to talk in the motion of the topic, further development of artificial intelligence should be banned. So I don't think I don't have to introduce the topic anymore, as it has been introduced a lot of times by all the participants here. But I would like to talk that artificial intelligence has destroyed the faculties of children. They're using mobile phones, watching TV, and wasting their time instead of studying. Uh, they even don't go out and play, do physical activities, play outdoor games, etc., etc. Instead, they just gape at their phones and waste their time in that. But it also has prevented. Uh, it also has prevented a lot of small children from developing their brains since mobile phones, artificial intelligence, which is in mobile phones, like apps like Google uh, and all, uh, they help the children in getting information while even giving exams. Like it helps them to cheat instead of learn and develop their brains. Also, talking about development of artificial intelligence, it requires natural resources like artificial intelligence. Through artificial intelligence, many technologies are developed which require a lot of natural resources. But what if these natural resources are exhausted? It's not a far time that it will be exhausted in the future. And what if we don't have a earth to live in? So there's no point of artificial intelligence developing it. So I would like to conclude that artificial intelligence should be banned. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is against the motion. He's the last speaker. Serial number 40, Debarghya Sarkar from St. Anthony's College.
Good afternoon, respected judges, respected speakers, and my dear friends. So today I will be speaking against the motion that is further development of artificial intelligence should be banned. So the one topic that was brought up by the opposition again and again was the automation of jobs. That is the amount of jobs that would be taken away from the common peoples working in different sectors That is, artificial intelligence would come in and take their jobs from them. Their jobs will be replaced. So I'd like to bring into the attention of all of us, is that artificial intelligence would be creating millions of jobs for all of the individuals throughout the world. Some of them would be data sourcing. Some of the jobs that are created by artificial intelligence are still in work, and some will be working in the future, and some will provide employment to millions of youths in future, like is data sourcing, data analyzers, data labelers, AI engineers, and so on. The list goes on. The list is very long. One topic of concern was that the underprivileged peoples, the peoples who are downtrodden, the peoples who don't have the skill set to work in sectors that are being supported by artificial intelligence, like the daily wage workers, like the drivers, and so on. I'd like you to remind that one of our speakers, I'm quoting one of my speakers, he said that the drivers, the companies are coming up with automatic cars, and therefore jobs will be taken away from drivers. But it's not going to happen in a day or a week or even a month. It's going to take decades. It's going to take many, many years. And by the time, we'll see that thousands, if not millions, of skill-setted individuals would be ready so that they could get jobs in AIs. These peoples from the underprivileged sections of the society, their kids, their grandchildren will be ready to get job in AIs. In some years, we would see that there will be a revolution. In this revolution, we'll see that all of these people who did not have job earlier would have jobs now. They'll have jobs, they'll be able to work. One of our speakers talked about how they were inspired by the movies like Terminators, Matrix, and even somebody quoted Frankenstein. I'd like you to remind that these are all pieces of fiction. If we just stay in reality for like even a little amount of time, we'll realize that AI is not that bad at all. They said that robots are going to take over the world, and they are going to wage a war against humanity. But the one detail they seem to be leaving out is that we can always turn them off. We can turn robots off just by a switch. They are being controlled by humans, as we all are. And as for quoting Elon Musk, I'll just like to say that this is the same person who goes on Twitter and says, coronavirus is dumb, so I'll let you be the judge of that. So thank you.
Thank you, Devagya. We have come to the final of this debate. Now we will request the leaders to be ready to give their summing up. You have 2 minutes each. The leader.
Well, before even concluding my speech, I'd like to catch the opposition for providing two wrong datas. Firstly, by Rajesh Burman for saying that 90% of the population has smartphones, but according to Google, just 51% of 22% of adults in India have smartphone. Okay, so that's one. And second, I'm sorry, that was just one. Yeah, okay. Well, everything that glitters is not gold. We are being lured towards the benefits of AI that we are forgetting what are the disadvantages of AI. Ms. Mazumdar has said that automobile has its own benefits, but what about the demerits of automobile? It causes global warming, it causes air pollution, it causes health-related problems related to that. Thirdly, in fact, we said that that babies are being brought up to be smart by the use of phones and all that stuff. But we are here in VCC. Did Vivekananda Maharaj have a smartphone to be an intellectual person? By giving babies smartphones and easy access to solve problems, we are making them smart, maybe intelligent, but we are not making them intellectual. And in this generation, we don't need intelligent people. We do, but we also need intellectual people. And for that, we don't, for the time being, we should avoid giving babies and all those stuff babies smartphones and all those things. Now, the opposition has already said that jobs will be created, but in this whole population, everyone does not have the same capacity to adapt to artificial intelligence. Ms. Mazumdar, again, she said that 120 million more jobs will be created. imagine and that inspection of health diseases and all those things will be easier. Now, how will job be created in that sector? Imagine a person completing his MBBS in 5.5 years and then going on to make robots instead of curing people. So that's what thing that needs to be taken care of. And before banning this going further in the development of artificial intelligence, we first need to recognize what are the dangers of the development of artificial intelligence. Till then, I repeat, till then, the artificial intelligence development should be banned, and it has to be banned if we want to want a better future. Thank you.
Greetings once again. As the leader of the opposition bench, I would like to now, all is while, the fourth, on and forth of this debate has been coming to one conclusion only: the human hypocrisy. How human hypocrisy? Because the Treasury bench wants the benefits of technology, but at the same time wants to curse technology at the same time. I need to set parameters for this very debate competition, which is the banning. The opposition, the Treasury bench does not have the liberty to talk about the regulation because they support the total ban of artificial technology, which I do not support. A member of the Treasury bench talked about hiring AI for every job. You cannot hire AI for every job. Can AI replace your mother? Can AI replace your father? Can AI replace doctors and engineers? They cannot. They only need to complement these careers. They only need to complement every other thing. One more thing, the opposition bench, all the time, they talked about the shortcomings of AI. Every time you talk about the shortcomings of how AI is stupid and how AI is not as smart as human intelligence, at the same time, you're also fearing that AI will surpass human intelligence. It is nothing but ironical to me. At the same time, they talked about who benefits from AI. They talked about how capitalists benefit from it. But let me remind you, every single product that you use today comes from a company which manufactures and hires laborers who belong to the lower class. You should give up all the products then. You won't. One of the opposition, one of the members talked about how they complained how AI does not have human emotions, how giving artificial organs will not make them human. We are not even asking them. We don't want AI to become like humans. We just want them to become a complement, a supplement, to be our friend. We do not want to replace AI from human. At last, I would like to talk about how, whether you like it or not, this will continue. When the stem cell research in US was banned, it was postponed, it was transferred to other countries. The stem cell research still happened. So will the advancement of artificial intelligence, whether you like it or not. At the end of it, in future, when your children benefit from artificial intelligence, I hope you remember this debate, and I hope you are grateful that we did not ban artificial intelligence. Thank you.
Thank you to both the leaders. It has been a very, very interesting debate. You have come up with points that have really awakened most of the viewers who are watching us online through artificial intelligence. And most importantly, it has shown the depth of knowledge that you have gone into to prepare for this debate. I congratulate all of you once again. Let's give them a big round of applause. While the judges are busy compiling the marks that they have given you, we have had a very attentive audience. I've seen them listen in depthly to your debates. I'd just like to ask one question to all the audience here. In the opinion of the House, further development of artificial intelligence should be banned. How many of you support that AI should be banned? Can you please raise your hands? Hello? No one? In the opinion of the House, further development of artificial intelligence should be banned. How many of you oppose this motion? So we have a majority of them who oppose the motion. Thank you very much. I will now call upon the judges to say a few words. Can somebody please hand him over the microphone to the judges, please? Or you can come up here. We'd love to hear your comments.
Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker, sir, and the participants, the audience who are present here, and the audience who are online. Yeah, it's been a session of really invigorating debate today. And that too after the gap of 2 years. Last 2 years we had online debates. But after 2 years, we have people in person, and that is something very, very welcome. And that shows automation may be there, but the presence makes the difference. And with that, let's have a look at the quality of debate today. Now, each one of you have done a really good homework about the topic of the day. And I really congratulate every one of you for that. But again, a basic thing that I found lacking was the clarity of your concept of artificial intelligence. Many of you mixed it up with automation. Automation is a different concept. Artificial intelligence is totally different. The simplest definition I can think of artificial intelligence is when you have a device making a decision that is non-numerical. All the programming that you have been taught, you use numbers, if, then, else. Greater than something, take a decision. Less than something, take a different decision. That is numerical. But here, the computer decides non-numerical data. Examples have come from many of you regarding various things. But the simplest example of artificial intelligence that I can give right now, in your smartphone, when you take a picture, a selfie, and the smartphone gives you that option of something like a beauty mode, the picture is beautified automatically. The colors are made more vibrant. That is where artificial intelligence comes in. Rest of the things are basic automations. Okay? So just carrying a smartphone do not necessarily make us very smart. We have to develop ourselves to be smart enough to use it. Yeah. Again, in a debate, I saw a little violation of a rule here. And that is taking names of candidates, because we are to address only to the speaker and no one else. So please keep that in mind. And yes, I didn't find a real dissection of the topic. The topic was further development of artificial intelligence should be banned. Okay, a clear dissection of the topic. What do we allow and from where do we start banning things? That did not come up. And the other thing that was really missing from the debate today was the element of humor. We had this option of having the most humorous speaker, but it has been a few years now, we did not find a real humorous speaker here. Okay, so please find ways where we can have a little bit of humor so that the debate becomes more improved in its quality. Okay. Now, just a little bit of information that I can give about artificial intelligence. See, when the human beings, if you think of each one of us as an element of engineering, okay, so we have been designed to withstand, say, the maximum speed at which we can run. That is, the world record is at 36 kilometers per hour. When we start driving a car, and if we are driving at 36 kilometers an hour, we get bored. We want to drive minimum at 40, 60, more than 100, 200 kilometers per hour. When the human being is not designed to withstand those kind of speeds, we need the help of artificial intelligence. And a human being has always been a debating person, as the society grew up debating. When the first cars came out, what was the rule? The rule was that a car can never be faster than a horse. Okay, that was the rule. Now we don't have the rule, but that was the rule of that time. And initially, when the motor car was driven, a person with a pole had to move ahead so that the horse carts can see that a car is coming. Okay, so that was the rule. Similarly, as we are developing this artificial intelligence and robotics, the basic rule are the Asimov's rule. I was hoping someone will bring it up. Isaac Asimov, he had given the rules of robotics, the 3 rules. Okay, and these are rules that can never be violated whether we use robotics or whether we use artificial intelligence. Of course, artificial intelligence is making a lot of development. Okay. Like smart watches, almost everyone has started wearing them. Apple has come with the iWatch, which has the ECG, which is now recognized medically. And it is saving a lot of lives. So these are things coming. Okay. And we are always under the assumption that human beings are very, very intelligent. Okay. And that's why we think we do not need artificial intelligence. But are we really intelligent? Think of it. Genetically, a human being and a chimpanzee, just about 1% difference is there. Okay. But if I give a banana to a chimpanzee, what it will do? It will eat up. But if I give, say, $1,000 to a human being, what we'll do? We'll try to invest it, do a lot of things. Okay. Somebody can convince a human being that give me something, give me your money now so that you will get something after death. Can you convince that chimpanzee that if you give me a banana and you will get 1,000 banana after you die? Can you convince a chimpanzee? You cannot. But we get into these kind of a scenario that we are also susceptible. Okay. So that is why, the debate will always be there. The debate was there with motor cars when computer came to India, 1984, 1985. The same debate was happening. Computers should be allowed or not allowed. But now we cannot do away with computers. Okay. So all that has been happening, and we'll be debating on and on. But to conclude this, the final remark I can make is artificial intelligence cannot be answer to natural stupidity. So with that, thank you very much. It was a really, really great session.
Any of the other judges would like to say a few words? Okay. Yeah, please. Maybe you can take the others. They take a stand just to balance it out.
With due respect to the participants, Treasury and opposition, Aiban, who's the speaker, fellow judges, Maharaj, I just have to submit one thing before all of you, that I for myself, I'm only learning day by day. I've also learned something today. I'm a frequent visitor to this center. I've got friends who are more towards IT, and I keep on learning from them. There was a time when I got mixed up, as to what would be AI, what would be machine learning. I'm slowly learning, but I know as I progress, as I try to really probe, because I like to probe, learn, and share with the others. That is my mission, I would say. And I remember way back in 1976, first year of engineering, my father somehow managed to give me a calculator, Omron calculator. I don't know what you call that, yeah. But then it really helped. So technology has to be used. Otherwise, I remember I just was very unfortunate or fortunate, I don't know. Because the time we entered was the time the slide rule. You all have heard of the slide rule? You won't know. Please find out today. You can access it right away. That's technology for you. Slide rule was there to make calculations. I'm very, very unfortunate because I could not use it. That was the time when the calculator came in. And see the progress over, I was then 76 first year. So now that would be 46 years. And look at the progress of technology by leaps and bounds. But we are all here for what? For improving the quality of life. We have to do something. You all do it for yourself. Even I, for myself, would have to think about enriching myself and growing. But what is more important is the growth and the enrichment that I can share with others, that I can contribute. So that message that I'm passing on to you, friends, young ones, is that you should aim for that, because eventually it is the quality of life that matters. For you, for your family, society, the country, and the world at large. So with these 3 words, I'd like to conclude. Thank you all.
So thank you, everyone. As a last remark, artificial intelligence has definitely reduced the drudgery of human being, but at the same time, it has also changed the way humans are evolving. So I thank the Ramakrishna Mission for giving us this opportunity to participate and contribute towards the legacy that the mission has already started. As I stand and look at the picture behind there, you are the same place where Swami Vivekananda spoke on the 27th April 1901. That is a great deed in it. So, for the last time, thank you everyone, and God bless. I look forward to all of you designing new AIs. All of us use new AIs, but also to put a red flag whenever AI goes beyond its mandate. Thank you once again.
Sir, thank you so much for beautifully conducting this house. And the result is ready. Taking the help of artificial intelligence, all going digital, rather not exactly artificial intelligence, but it's numerals, as Professor AYON BHATTACHARJEE has just pointed out. Anyway, before announcing the results, we owe a few words to our speaker as well as our judges and all the participants. Very first of all, thanks to all the participants, because you have joined, so only this debate competition could be held. And I think they all deserve a very, very big hand before announcement of the result. Though we say that this is a small number, because we are used to getting huge numbers in Ramakrishna Mission debate and Ramakrishna Mission quiz. But this number also is great indeed, 20 in all. It's 10 teams, quite good. Because many places where we see only 4 teams, 5 teams participating. And anyway, you all are winners, but just by that sheer guts that you have shown to join in this competition. So all of you are winners. It's a different matter that only 1 or 2 has to get the first prize, second prize, third prize. Maybe that it would be your day next year if you don't get a prize this year. And we thank our respected speaker, sir, SHRI AIBANSHNGAIN SWER. He has been involved with Ramakrishna Mission for a long time. He also happens to be a member of the managing committee for quite some long time. And all the members in the panel of judges, MENDONLANG, PARIAT, he has been associated with so many years, and he has been a judge. Whenever we require a judge for recitation competition, supposing somebody is absent, would you please come? He is readily agreed. We have got some other work, sir. We want to contact this gentleman, but we are not getting. Okay, okay, for chief guest. Okay, okay, I'll take care. Dr. AYON Bhattacharjee, whenever we need, he is the speaker, he is the moderator, or even helping with artificial intelligence or in technology. Dr. ATANU Bhattacharjee was lately has got involved with us. Thanks so much to all of you. Thanks so much indeed. May I request now Swami Divya Swarupanandaji Maharaj kindly to come on the dais, and as a mark of respect, just a token of gratitude to all the judges and our speaker. I request Maharajji kindly to hand over one token of gratitude to speaker, SHRI AIBANSHNGAIN SWER. Sir, it's a token of gratitude only from Ramakrishna Mission Shillong. May I request MENDONLANG PARIAT kindly to come on the dais and take his token. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Dr. ATANU Banerjee, sir, would you please mind coming on the dais? And our own Dr. AYON Bhattacharjee. Maharaj, thank you. Maharaj, thank you. And may I have the privilege now to announce the results. First, the team prizes. Team, as we have announced, there would be only 2 prizes, champion team and runners-up team. This year's runners-up team is representing St. Anthony's College is Theodora T. Pingrove and Riddhi Sharma. Would you please stand up? Yes. Theodora and Riddhi are the runners-up. And thank you. Sit, please. You may please take a seat. And the champion team is, as usual, for last many years we have been seeing this institute taking even the overall champion shield, representing Army Public School, Riya Singh and our partner Anupam Paul. Yes, they are the champions of debate competition this year. Thank you. Congratulations. And coming to individual prizes, quite diverse indeed. We could not get, as Professor AYON Bhattacharjee has pointed out, that we could not get any humorous speaker. So we are going for the 3rd best speaker. So, or rather the second runner-up is Diya Sinha from Red Laban College. This year's second best speaker or runners-up speaker is Gracie Maisnam from Ledigan College. And champion or the best speaker award goes to Anupam Paul. So congratulations to all the prize winners. Congratulations to all the participants indeed. And thank you once again. Thank you so much. Sir, over to you.
So today's great day has come to an end. We wish you all the best, and we look forward to hearing more debates, more discussions, and more insights into any issues that affect all of us. Thank you. Have a good day, all of you. Great. Congratulations, all of you.